Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing well. So, I know it's been a while, but there was something that I wanted to share with you based on something that I've been reflecting on for the past few days, weeks actually. So, this is based on a video that I saw on Instagram of this woman who makes her living doing intuitive readings and face readings. And sometimes what she'll do is she'll take a celebrity photo or a video and she'll analyze it, and then she'll post her insights as a reel on Instagram. So I want to try not to mention any names here, but once I describe the person, you're probably going to know who I'm talking about. So she posted a video of, sorry, my nose. She posted a video of this talk show host who's a female, and usually when she's hosting her show and she has guests on, she's very affectionate with them. So she'll hold their hand and she's very like up close and personal with them. And the person who's doing the analysis was like, well, she either doesn't care, or she has no social awareness, or she's like a psychic vampire. And to be honest with you, I found this conclusion to be a little bit disheartening. And I feel that this is kind of common among people who are working on a psychic level, or they're doing just kind of readings that are intuitive and stuff of that nature. The reason why it was disheartening for me is because I felt like a conclusion was drawn about the nature of this talk show host that was very surface level. And I feel that where we are in our society and in our collective evolution, I really feel like it's important for us to be willing to go deeper, to be willing to really sink into the reality of what it means to be human. The things that can happen to us that can cause us to be a certain way, the wounds that may be inflicted on us when we're growing up, just all the things that we can experience in life that could cause us to behave in a certain way. Now, it doesn't excuse bad behavior. So I'm not telling you that if you're dealing with someone who has certain qualities that you should put up with it, especially if it crosses certain boundaries for you. But I do feel that it's important for us to be willing to open up our hearts and our minds a bit to the deeper psychological reasons why people do what they do. I really do feel that it expands our vision of the human experience being very multifaceted, being very complex. It usually doesn't come down to, well, somebody just doesn't care, or somebody's just a psychic vampire and they just want to suck your energy. I mean, that's just such a tiny, it's such a limiting view. And I really want us to be willing to consider going deeper. I know it's not an easy thing, so I'm not saying dive headfirst into it. But what I feel this will do is it will require us to look at ourselves even more deeply as to what it is that we've gone through that causes us to be a certain way, because nobody's perfect. Everyone has certain things that they do that are a reflection of things that they've gone through in the past. And if you're doing the inner work, you're going to have more insight on these things. But like I said, nobody's perfect. Everyone has something that they're carrying with them, the wound that they've been working on for years, that they're still trying to heal. So if we can look at ourselves and be present with our own tendencies of what we do, and have an understanding that we also have stuff that we're working through, and then we look at somebody else and can at least consider that maybe there's a reason why somebody's doing this. Not necessarily that they don't care, but maybe there's something else going on. I really do feel like it'll help to open us up to the complexity of the human experience, like I said, but also deeper societal issues. What are certain things that have been commonplace in society for such a long time that results in human beings or other beings acting in a certain way and behaving in a certain way? So I feel like that's very important with where we are. I think we really need to start opening up our minds and hearts and going deeper with people and being willing to be present with them in their experience. So obviously use your discernment in dealing with anybody that has any kind of issue. Like I said, you want to make sure you're establishing healthy boundaries. but this is more so about making sure that you maintain your humanity and that you don't become cold and assume that people just do things because they just don't care and they're just, you know, they don't care about anybody and they're trying to suck your, like, no, there's usually more to it than that. There's usually more to it than that. And I encourage all of us to just kind of open up a little bit and go deeper. That's it. All right. So I hope you're all doing well again, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.